Readers, we are at the last part of our unit of study. Congratulations. You and your book club have been doing some really amazing talking and thinking about the books that you're reading, and specifically learning your characters and getting to know them just as you would a friend. Today, we're going to start to think about, as we read a second book or a third book or a fourth book in this unit, how the characters in one book are similar or different to characters in a different book. That means we're going to start to be thinking comparatively. And when we think comparatively, it means we think about similarities and differences in the way the characters act, talk, their traits, their thoughts, their feelings, their problems, and the lessons they're learning. So we are ready to start some important work. So readers, we have a new anchor chart comparing characters that go together, starting to think about how our characters are similar and different in the books that we're reading in our clubs and to our read aloud books as well. So we study the characters' traits, their actions, their dislikes, and their likes. And we start to think, how are the characters similar and how are they different? Okay, let's give it a try with our read aloud book. So right here, I have Peter's chair. And as I look through this book, Peter's chair, I know that Peter and Diamond are pretty similar in a lot of ways, but they're also pretty different in some ways as well. So let's look at this spread right here in the book and think, what are we learning about Peter that feels similar to Diamond? And what are we learning about Peter that's different from Diamond? Okay, give it a try. When you have an idea, you might just tap your brain. Okay, with me? Okay. Let's run away, Willie, he said. Peter filled a shopping bag with cookies and dog biscuits. We'll take my blue chair, my toy crocodile, and the picture of me when I was a baby. Willie got his bone. So, in that part right here, let's think back to Diamond. We know Diamond was bold. She was a little lonely too. She was looking for a friend. She kept that picture of Alicia really close to her. She was looking for a friend, and change was hard for her when she moved. What are ways that Peter is similar to Diamond? What are some of the ways that he's different? Go ahead, make a list across your fingers, why don't you? Yeah, on one hand, you might say the ways that they're the same, and on the other hand, you might say the ways that they're different. So likely you were saying things like they're the same because they both live with their families, right? That they both live in homes with their families. They both have someone or something that they hold close when they are in times of trouble. Like he has Willie, Peter has Willie, and Diamond has the picture of Alicia, her friend. They also seem to be go-getters, that they will really stand up to problems, right? Feels like they're a little bit independent. They take action on their own, for sure. Let's think about some of the ways that they're different. Yeah, some of the ways that they might be different are that they live in different home structures. So Diamond lives with her mom, and she's an only child. And Peter, he lives at home with his mom and dad, and now he has this little baby sister. Right, that feels like it's different from Diamond. Think about some other ways that they're different. Yeah, they're faced with different challenges. That Peter's challenge is that he's not so sure about his little sister taking his stuff, whereas Diamond's problem is that she's new to town. It's a big change for her, right? Her parents just got divorced. So they have different problems. So readers, Based on what you likely said, I made a little chart for us so that we could look to see ways that Diamond and Peter are different, and in the middle, ways that they are similar. Give it a look. Yeah, so one thing that we could do when we're looking at a book, we think about it in comparison to a second book, whether it's a read aloud, another book our club is reading, or book we've read in the past. And we start to see more in the characters in each of the books when we put them up against other stories. When we ask ourselves, how are these characters the same? How are these characters different? So today, you might want to take on some of that work with your club. You might want to think about the book that you and your club are currently reading and start to compare it to another story, either that you've read together as a club or another text that we read together as a class or you read previously by yourself. And start to think about how the character traits, their actions, their likes, their dislikes are similar and different. It'll help you to think more deeply in your stories. All right, readers, off you go.